and I'm not going to do anything different. I'm just going to go with the same root build, and then kind of branch out from there. I'm going to get the gateway at the front. In case he goes for an early pool, I can scout off the gateway and I can get my wall up before the Zerglings can get in. Like, there's no way for him to get an early pull up quickly enough for me not to get a wall. So. Well, we're just focusing on the safe standard builds, spending your money, expanding on time, but like not being super greedy about it. I want to go see what he has on the other side. I'm going to get my expo up, but I will, if I see an early pool, I'll cancel the expo and work on my wall. That's an important point. But he is doing a hedge first again. You can already tell because his pool is starting past 115, which is the timing you would take a hedge first, or like go for a pool before hedge. But we see he's doing something very similar to the previous game as well, once again. Alright. I've got another pylon coming at the back. This is sometimes where I like to put my tech. It can help you defend if he goes for early ling drops. He's chasing this down again. Which means he has a bit reduced economy because he's sent so many drones. But it's not really something you need to factor in. I'm going to make sure I have the wall in with the Adept, and then we're going to get the Warp Gate once again, right off the bat as soon as I have the gas. Alright. My next purchase is going to be a Mothership Core, as is customary. Going to go down to the low ground. I have full saturation now. I'm going to make sure I have that wall off. Get that Mothership Core ASAPly. I'll just kill the drone with that. And I'm going to go for the Robo again. Same spot, same place, same timing. Thank you, Cardin 2851 for that sub. Welcome on board the hype train. Glad you enjoyed the stream. Give me some W's for the support. Thank you for that. Hopefully you're learning something today. Alright, making this a super pylon. I'm going to make sure I have a pylon on this side as well, just in case he does some crazy ling drop build. And just having it in place later on. Good to spread out your pylons rather than have them all clustered in one spot. I'm going to send out another probe that I don't expect to get too much scouting information. But it might be able to graze by and see if he has a bunch of Zerglings or something like that. Warp Gate's still a little bit far out. I'm going to get the gases over here. Another thing is to just have the forge ready. I'm going to start that observer right off the bat. Going to have vision of the edge of my base as well. He does have an expo. He does have some drones at it. So what I'm going to be looking to do is expand safely here. We'll have to see if he has a lair. It looks like he's doing something. Yeah, he's getting a roach form. I could maybe put some pressure on with a warp prism, but honestly on this map you can take a third base just very easily. It is not difficult at all. And it can be easily defended, so. He's already got some speedlings down here. But I'm getting the upgrades. I'm slapping the chrono boost on here. And we should be fine. Good to go. Gonna bring those down. He has an overlord to scout. I'm working on my drone count, my probe count rather. We can come down the ramp. Though still want something in the wall once I get on supply block. Always want something in the wall. Now time to see if he has a lair. Anything like that. He has a decent drone count. So he's a little bit better off than the last game. Now if I can see him committing to roaches once again, I will go for the Robobay once again. But if he's going to go for some other tech, yeah, like if he's getting the Evo chambers, alright, so we're going to go for the Robobay. Why not get the disruptors? They're great against those larger units like roaches, ravagers, hydras. Not so great against zerglings. They're okay against lurkers. It depends on how spread out the lurkers are, really. Is the most determining factor. Alright. Making sure I get these pylons up. A couple more gates. I'm actually going to get one more observer as well. Just make sure I have a couple to work with. And I'm just going to camp this observer out to see if at any point he feels inclined to attack. Alright. We can start that disruptor immediately. I don't have a Twilight Council to continue my upgrade, so I'm just going to go for the +1 armor. It's better to just get the armor than no upgrade at all, for sure. So, just going to have this observer out here once again. I don't know if it's time to start working on those rocks yet. But I'm going to send out a hallucinated phoenix to see if there's anything I need to know. Like if he is sneaking out mutas is a big one. Because of course I'm focused not on anti-air, but a lot more on anti-ground. Disruptor's not the greatest against air units. Wouldn't it be great if disruptors could hit air? Everybody would love going mutaless then. He's not upgrading roach speed. There's a chance he already finished it. Is he making roaches though? He's making a few roaches. He's committing down that road once again. Alright. I've got the disruptors ready. Yeah, you gotta be careful if you go for too many adepts and he does switch to muta. But I'm just gonna keep sending out these hallucinations in order to be able to have the vision consistently. I'm trying, like, some players will sneak a spire at the edge of their base or something like that. I'm just gonna look around. I believe that's a Hydralisk Den. I'm actually going to hit a little bit of an earlier timing because he's starting a Hydralisk Den. It looks like he's being a little bit greedier than previously. I'm going to get my Warp Prism. I only have a couple disruptors, but a couple is more than enough to get some pretty critical damage done. Okay, he's got some roaches, but not enough to scare me. I can go for the Templar Archives for Archons. I'm going to have that Adept attack speed upgrade momentarily. I got a little bit supply blocked here. I can get another base. Like, I see his army. There's nothing to scare me with there. Get a couple sentries, get some more adepts for that meat. And I'm going to get this Warp Prism here. I like to hotkey it on 6, just have it separate. It's kind of stylistic. Sometimes you can just include it in your army. I'm going to use it to warp in over here. My Templar Archives. Another good thing about the Templar Archives, it takes literally half the time of a Dark Shrine. So it's usually better and easier to get than a Dark Shrine in general. But, yeah, he's gotten the Observer, but this time I'm already at his front door. So we have the Disruptors ready. I'm just going to go up the ramp here. Throw some big disruptor hits out, hopefully. Yeah, he's got a decent chunk of units here. So my objective is going to be to split them up so they can't all fire at once. I didn't actually know how many units he had. I didn't scout up ahead. But just spending my money is enough here. I use Guardian Shield to protect my units against those ranged units as well. And we're able to move forward. But just a basic attack. All I did here is make sure I spend my money. That's it.
Game ended.
There doesn't need to be any. I just made sure the disruptors were on a different hotkey as well. That's very important. I got to keep going over that. But if the disruptors are on a different hotkey, then it makes it so much easier than if you're trying to use like select all army to fire. So thank you, Cardin.